Hi guys, this is Saving Together. Get comfy, get cozy, or even just pull out your own bullet journal. We're going to get right into setting up our 2025 bullet journal. Starting off with our 2025 page, which was just roughly sketched out beforehand and colored off screen. I will have another video on that if you're interested. I just kept with simple colors, purples and pinks, nothing too crazy. I just wanted to keep it more simple so that I didn't have to worry about any of the colors matching or even just changing the colors per page or anything, because then that would have just been more trouble than it was worth. And this is just meant to be a more relaxing thing that I can do to help keep my time and everything else in track. So this year I decided to choose the quote of "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently" by Henry Ford. And I decided to make the calligraphy a little more interesting, changing it up a lot more. So each big word is going to be a different one, just because it felt more fun and I needed to get the practice in. I'm trying out a few new things and I really, really hope that it's going to help me get it all together this year. This quote really resonated with me, and I'm hoping that it'll help remind me through the rest of the year that this is sort of my goal. This is what I want to do. Okay. Well, we're gonna get started on to our year at a glance setup after this. I don't think I've mentioned it, but these are the Tombow brush pens. I don't know what color pack or anything. It's just like the basics. I've had it for a few years now, and I thought it'd be like a good opportunity to make sure that these actually get used. Um, I did try like a new font style with the year at a glance. And I know most people don't always have them, but I'm doing both just like the quick calendar year at a glance and then the like sort of day by day year at a glance as well, just because it would help me visually see the year, but also like plan out by like month, like sort of blocks, just because you can't see all of it at once. Um, and it'll help keep me like more focused on like what I need to get done and like sort of when I need a plan for it to get done, or at least have like an expected like date of. Um, but yeah, I tried these like little um like fun font I found online as well, with little like bubbles on the ends. Um, I thought it was nice and cute and that it would add a fun little pop of, I don't know, personality, something. Something to keep me wanting to keep looking into this journal. Because I do not have the best track record of that and trying to form new habits here, so it's the least we can do, right? But yeah, we'll just finish through this little speed run of our little yearly setup and get into the rest of the video. And yeah, I did notice this little mess up with April, but um I'm just not going to bother fixing it right now, and I probably won't either cuz that's what journals are about, not really being so picky on the mistakes we make and just moving on. Voiceover me is very surprised with how long this is actually taking because it really didn't feel this long when I was drawing everything in. But finally on a new page. This is gonna be my when did I last page. I sort of forgot what this big box was, but it was like the whole year. I'm not really sure what I was gonna do with it, but I'll figure it out at some point. My memory will kick in, hopefully. Um, but this top little one with the paw that I'm drawing in is just gonna be to keep track of any of my vet appointments, so that I can try and be more aware of when I actually have to take my cats in, either through illness or just like their yearly checkups. Um, Now, the one I am lining right now is going to be my medical appointments. It's going to cover any of my doctor's visits, any of my like illness visits and stuff, um, as well as dental and vision. And this last box is just going to be for like basic household chores. Like when did I last like take out the trash and like change my bedding or like wiped down like the counters. All the little things that like tend to get overlooked but should like sort of be upkept weekly, because I feel like if it's not full, you don't really take it out. Or if it's not like a glaringly obvious problem, you're not really going to fix it. And I can't really be living my life like that. So I've decided that I will make it this way so that every box represents a week in the year, and I'll just check off the box so I know if I've missed a week um or just need to keep track of it better. Um but yeah, the little drawings I did don't necessarily mean much, but it is sort of like representative of like what I need to do. I didn't end up liking the mouth I drew. I really didn't like it. And I wasn't really sure how to fix it at first, but I just decided to cover it up later, and you'll see what I did instead. Um, but yeah, it's really hard to draw a mouth, and especially with a black pen, because the lines did not come out very nicely, and it just looked like a black mass, and I was very unhappy with it. But luckily, I am resourceful and do know how to fix it, so yeah, you'll see that I covered it up, and we'll be making that a toothbrush instead, because that should have been what came to mind the first time, but I don't know what I was thinking. Um, but yeah, it just ended up that way, and this one I kept fairly simple, didn't really do too much, just simple lines because it's gonna get filled in throughout the year. Um, it is sort of like doubling as my goals page, as you'll see I'll fill that out a little later. But I just kept it simple with just the black and the pink tombow, just because I didn't really want to do too much with it, and it just made more sense to keep it nice and simple and not like overload it with like the pinks and the purples. Um, at first, I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to fill in my goals page like right now or like how I wanted to do it, because I just sort of like roughly sketched off this corner and like wrote down like a little bit on like what I wanted to get done through the year, but yeah, I decided to be fancy and freehand this, which I don't know if I'm regretting yet, but it definitely took a lot of mental like capacity to remember how to actually write and use it and use the brush pen like properly so that I didn't mess it all up, because that would have sucked so bad. But but yeah, I just drew in, or wrote in the my goals for the year, which just ended up being to save money, to be more mindful with my spending. I did write in like finding like more eco alternatives, because I feel like with the way everything's going in the world, I have to start doing my part to be a little more like conscious of the waste I'm um the waste I'm putting back out into the world. So like using like reusable bags, like using what I have instead of getting them at the store, which um they are trying to, stop that a little bit more, but it's definitely easier to just go ahead and make that conscious choice yourself. Um I'm going to be trying to use less single-use plastic, metals, and glass. Um so like soda cans and soda bottles, that sort of thing. Like canned foods probably as well, but it's gonna be a little hard just because like um I would just have to like find more areas I can just bulk buy everything so I don't have to use like those kind of single use items. I'm gonna be trying to use my water bottle more so that I don't actually have to like, use soda cans or like when I go out places, use like this or that. I don't really know why I froze up. I think I'm thinking about something or something. Um, I don't know. Um, I was going to do more mending on my clothes so that I don't have to like throw things out. Just like visible mending. I think it's called sashiko. Yeah, it's like this fun little decorative like stitching you can do on like clothing, to both mend it and like sort of make it like a nice little pop of like this has been fixed intentionally. Um, and then of course my last goal, which would be reading more because I did not do a lot of that this year, um, and I'd like to at least see more of that next year. This is my savings tracker. I already sort of filled it out, kept it nice and simple. Um, and then my spending tracker already filled out. Um, my reading tracker, I have my TBR, which is a lot because I don't have a lot of books that I've read and I would like to read more. So my bookshelf is pretty small. Um, I've got my things to check out page with shows and movies already all filled out. Well, not filled out yet, but colored in at least. Now, this one, I didn't actually plan necessarily what I wanted there, but it is just sort of my like safe foods, like meals and foods I can rely on when I don't really know what I want to eat. So I've got sections um, for healthy foods, when I have like no energy, like my breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks, and then like my grocery list. Um, I should probably actually add in like a drink section or something because it'll definitely make it easier if I have something more visible to rely on to help me get through it. I did start coloring this in, but decided to finish it on camera. These are just my recipes to try and like their reviews. I have quite a lot because I do want to try exploring more foods this year. I am a really picky eater, so it makes it a little harder when I'm trying to like explore foods. Um, but I feel like it's gonna help more if I have like a dedicated area I can write down like recipes I find that I think are interesting and possibly like alternatives to like certain parts of the meals that I might not really like as much, but still keep like either the flavor profile or like the actual like meal itself. Um, but yeah, I'm just lining these boxes because there were quite a lot of them, and I'm just gonna be writing down the name of the food, like or like meal, and like the website or like who I heard it from, um, so that I can like have a reference to like the recipe. I might write down like the date of like when I found it and then maybe when I tried it for like my review, because then I can like see a more visual, uh have a more visual sort of understanding of when it actually gets used. I don't know. I just had a major brain fart. This my brain is not braining and I can't find words. Um, but yeah. Okay. So here's where I decided to continue sort of coloring it in. I did use like quote unquote slightly out of my color palette, but I feel like this page sort of needed it just because I already started to color it in, and foods aren't necessarily pinks or purples. So that one definitely was a little harder to do. Um, but yeah, I just pulled out a few different colors I wanted to add on, and there was just a lot of thinking about what colors I wanted everything. Because I feel like when I sketched it, I had a plan, and it's been a bit since I sketched it. So, the colors I wanted to use were no longer really in my head. I did sort of sketch out like these two little like napkins, and just sort of kept it simple, like plaids, nothing too crazy, and little like frills on the end so that it has just a little more like detail, just to sort of keep like just to sort of take up some of that dead space, um, because it was I feel like there's not too much to really draw without making it like overwhelming. And this way it sort of makes it look like a little like picnic, little like fun little like wow, I'm saying like a lot. Um little fun little oh my gosh. Now I'm just repeating what I'm saying. Um just little snacks I can use and fun treats to make. Um I really don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, I know it's not exactly like size proportionate, but I did just decide to sort of leave the rolling pin and the little cans that I did label with flour and sugar, um, just because I feel like it needed a little something, and I couldn't exactly like make it like two size. I have my work tracker, which is just going to be um, tracking how often I work. I did color that page in off screen. I will have a video on that. This is just going to be like my theme sort of page with like, I've got like the sticky notes down so I can like write down like what sort of quote I want for the month. But that'll pretty much be it. I do have quite a lot of themes picked out. And then we'll go through a quick sort of flip through. And that will actually just be the end of our video. So I hope that you liked it, or at least got some ideas out of it, and that I wasn't rambling too much because it really feels like I am. But thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.